Thank you. My first question, I'm sure, has not arisen in that because it relates to my district. The Santa Susana Field Lab was used during the Cold War and the early parts of the Cold War. Various contaminants, chiefly nuclear, remain. The facility, the acreage, is immediately adjacent to the city limits of Los Angeles, surrounded by populated suburbs. Some 451 acres of this is a responsibility of NASA. The adjoining property is subject to responsibility of the Department of Energy and of the Boeing Corporation. So the contamination affects hundreds of thousands of people. There are 700,000 people who've signed a signature demanding a full cleanup of the site. The prior Secretary of Energy, Governor Perry, at my request, made at a Science Committee hearing, visited the site, and yet we still don't have any significant cleanup. A few old structures were removed. I'd like to bring to your attention a documentary and arrange to get it to you called Dark of the Valley, about how hundreds of thousands of people are affected by this contamination. I want to know whether I can count on NASA to work to comply with the consent decree and actually start cleaning up the facility relatively soon.
Congressman, we take the environment very seriously. As to making a commitment to you, I've got to know the details, and I just simply don't have those. But I can say this, you can tell a lot about a fella where he's going by where he's been, and look at my environmental record over a lifetime of public service. And I think that'll give you some degree of comfort.
We will get you fully briefed, and then we will get you a copy of this documentary, which should be available soon. You've noted that the SLS could be used for multiple missions besides sending humans to deep space. Can you discuss your plan to keep a regular cadence for the SLS mission? And you have spoke to my colleagues on the national security of space using SLS, using the Delta IV Heavy, which is being retired. Can you comment on that?
Well, basically on the Delta IV, you're having the Atlas V and the Delta IV, which have been the mainstay workhorses of getting a lot of commercial, but especially national defense payloads over time into orbit, into protection of our country. And those are being replaced as we develop new rockets. And there is a specific timetable. I don't have that on the top of my head. With regard to the regular cadence of landing on the moon with Artemis, that is what I hope is going to occur. If we can get a robust competition and have a decision on what the landers should be, and to have those landings once a year, so thus the cadence that you talk about, have them once a year over about a dozen-year period, all of which is for the purpose of getting ready to go to Mars, learning what we can, the preparation, the systems, the new technology, in dealing in an environment on a surface of a celestial body that is 1/6 the gravity, and we're getting ready to go to a celestial body that's 1/3 the gravity of Earth.
Thank you. I hope the chairwoman will allow me to sneak in one more question. Can you share your perspective on how the Gateway is a critical element of our effort to further explore not only the moon, but ultimately expand our space exploration to Mars?
I won't go into the detail that I did before to spare the committee, but the Gateway, in essence, is a small space station in lunar orbit that will do many things. It'll be a way station for us to go down and back from the lunar surface. It will be a research station. It's international. We've already got a number of partners, and it will be the place that is likely to be the embarkation point where we will assemble a spacecraft, technology to be developed, that will go to Mars.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.